I mentioned earlier on Labour hadn't had its best week, and one of the reasons for that was there was a leaked report on Labour values, which talked about the importance of the union flag, dressing smartly, supporting veterans. Do you, by and large, think that to win back working class support, you need to be a more patriotic, more obviously patriotic party?
Of course we need to be a patriotic party. I find it pretty surprising that people think it's sort of controversial that Keir Starmer would appear with a Union Jack. He wants to be the Prime Minister of the country. But what is our patriotism? Our patriotism, actually, at this moment, for me, my patriotism is the incredible pride I have in how the British people have responded to this crisis. But I see the contrast between that and the way our country is run. Our public services that have been diminished and underfunded, key workers who are underpaid in our country, a welfare safety net that has massive holes in it, and the task in the years ahead, is to match the spirit of the British people with the kind of country we need to be. That's what my patriotism is about. That's what it was about in 1945, after 1945 for the Labour government, and I think that's what you're going to see from Keir Starmer in the months ahead.
Well, neither of us were here in 1945, but let's look at Clive Lewis, one of your colleagues, who responded to that same report saying the importance of the Union flag by saying that Sir Keir Starmer is, and I quote, moving down the track of the nativist right, and that patriotism has a side that touches on the darkest sides of humanity, and a lot of Labour MPs agree with that.
Well, I don't think they do, and I think Clive's wrong about that. I don't agree with him. You know, the flag matters. But it's
are you proud of the Union flag?
Of course, but I'm particularly proud of our country and the way it's responded to this crisis. But I go back to this point, Andrew. You weren't here in 1945. I wasn't accusing you of that. Don't worry. But what I do believe is we can learn lessons from past crises. What happened after 1945? We went through the trauma of the war, and we said never again are we going to go back to the kind of inequalities and injustices we had in our country. You know, I know Keir Starmer very well. That's what motivates Keir Starmer. That's what fires Keir Starmer. That's why he wanted to become leader of the Labour Party. That is his mission for Britain. And that's what you're going to be seeing. What he's done so far is provided the constructive opposition our country needed. But as we come out of lockdown, as the vaccine gets rolled out, the fight will be for the future of the country.